Okay, so we've talked about footwork. We've talked about this movement along the kitchen line. The next thing that's very important is, where do I make contact with the ball? So in pickleball, again, this court is small. We don't need a lot of big backswings. We always want to make contact in front of our body. The paddle does never need to come behind our hips until we're all the way to the back of the court. So how do I determine where it is I want to make contact with that ball? My strike zone. So the strike zone, if you were standing here and you imagine a semicircle in front of you, that's your strike zone. That is where I want to make contact wherever I am on the court. It's very important at dinking because we want to keep our balance and keep our body facing the court. So if the ball's out of the strike zone, how do I compensate for that? With my feet. So a lot of times you see people dinking and the ball goes over there and they just kind of lunge and do one of these. So now I'm compensating with my wrist. This is probably not going to have a high success rate. But if I can move my feet, now that ball's in front of me and I can hit it in my strike zone, I'm going to be on balance and more likely to hit a good shot. Again, over here, if it gets behind me and I try to flick it with my wrist, low percentage. Pickleball is all about, as you get better, not making mistakes. You want to be looking for your opportunities and you create them by being very consistent. So if I can make sure I hit that ball in the same place every time, my percentages are going to go way up. So we're going to do some dinking, and I want you to see that I'm always going to hit the ball in front of my body in that strike zone. I'm not going to let it get out of my strike zone. If I have to move, I will move. If I don't have to move, I'll stay still. Okay. So as you can see, during that dinking, contact is always made in front of the body. Paddle does not go back, keeping that ball in the strike zone and making sure the footwork gets you in position first. And like I said, this strike zone is not just at the kitchen, it's wherever you are. You always want to make contact with the ball in front of your body in the same place to increase your consistency and cut down the errors.